Alright. What's up? Happy Monday morning to you. Drinking my keto coffee. Tried something new with the coffee today. I've got my 2 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, 2 scoops of MCT powder, and I also added 2 squares of this Baker's unsweetened 100% cacao dark chocolate, which 2 squares of this is 90 calories, 7 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs, of which 3 are fiber, and 2 grams of protein. I like bitter chocolate. That's one of my, I've noticed that my palate has changed since doing keto. I prefer more of the bitter as opposed to the sweet taste. This is super bitter. It's not like any added sugar at all. Gives a little chocolatey hint in my coffee, and it's really good. So there's an update on my keto coffee. Oh, by the way, I was 161.4 today, so still above the 160 mark, which means I haven't really lost any weight. I'm starting to slowly gain weight, maybe. We'll see if I keep it on, but I still look and feel extremely lean, so that's a good weight gain. Holla back at you later. Alright. 1/3 of the way through this 21-day challenge. Let's check our ketone levels just for the hell of it. See where we're at. Bear with me here. Let me get this tester all set up. Kind of like zoom down here. There we go. I just wish these strips weren't so expensive. These test strips are about $5 a pop. I need to get them like wholesale or something. But they're like the only really accurate way to measure ketones. There's the breathalyzer. There's also the urine strips. I kind of talked about this a little bit, but the urine strips are totally inaccurate. The different brands show different results. And then I've noticed that the longer you're in ketosis, the less you show on the urine strips. The urine strips measures acetoacetate, and I believe this is because the longer you've been in ketosis, the more adapted you become, the less acetoacetate you excrete. So that has been my observation thus far. So I can test for like 3 on the blood strips, 3 millimolar, and then take a urine test and not even register on a urine strip. So if you're not registering on a urine strip, do not get discouraged. Now, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on here? Alright. It's asking for blood. Woo! Prick the finger. Wait 10 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1.3. So again, not that much. I think it's probably because I had that day of really high protein. I think last time I tested was 1.1. I think the time before that was like 2.6. But again, between 1 and 3, you're good to go. You're golden. Not too worried about it. Now, I'm going to go eat my first meal of the day. I have cooked a whole bunch of ground beef. So I'm going to try and knock some of that out. I don't know what I'm going to eat with ground beef, though. I'm not really craving a salad right now. It's breakfast time. I don't want a salad. But I might just make a huge salad with ground beef to try and knock some of that out so I don't have to throw it away, because I hate wasting food. So, let's get creative with this salad and see where we can take it. Alright, I know I said I wasn't really excited about having a salad for breakfast, but I'm actually pretty excited about this salad. This thing is almost 1,000 calories. 57 grams of protein, 7 grams of carbs, and 70 grams of fat for a total of 893 calories. It's going to get rid of some of this beef that I'm not wanting to go bad, and I've got, I got this like weird diced meat stuff that's like salted and cured. I'm pretty excited to try that. And then I got a lot of pumpkin seeds on here, which I haven't had in a while. I'm really craving pumpkin seeds. As far as dressing goes, I'm gonna put mustard on it, which is not really usual. But I found this Ring of Fire spicy mustard, and it's so deliciously good that I've been putting it on everything. So, highly recommend that. I've got a box of naturally smoked wild-caught kipper snacks fillet of herring. I really like these sardines in olive oil, mackerel. I like anchovies, but they're like super salty. But all these like canned fish are great because you can get some omega oils. This particular, it's 1.5 servings. So for the full can here, we got 19 grams of protein and 13 grams of fat. So really tasty, really easy to like take with you somewhere and be keto approved. Make sure they're like packaged in the right stuff. A lot of these are packaged in soybean oil or water, but ideally you want it to be packaged in olive oil, because that's where you're going to get your good mono unsaturated fats, as opposed to like a soybean oil. You're going to get a lot of polyunsaturated fats. So let me show you what this looks like real quick. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it. To me, I think it tastes pretty good. They do kind of stink, or some of them kind of stink. So if you're like popping one of these open in a small, crowded room, you might get some dirty looks. But otherwise, pretty tasty. We are headed to the gym to do some leg day action. Drinking a Monster. I don't drink these very often. This is honestly the first Monster I've had in probably 3 months. But I had a craving for a Monster. These are sweetened with a little bit of everything, honestly, but erythritol or erythritol, however you pronounce that, more so than the sucralose or Ace K. So every once in a while I have one of these. It doesn't really affect me too much. I've tested my ketone levels pre and post drinking one of these without too much ill effect, but don't go sucking down a whole bunch of these and expect it not to affect you in some way if you don't know for sure one way or the other. So, like a lot of things on keto, trial and error, self-test, see what does or does not work for you. On a second note, check out what just came out of the oven. Hold on. Yes, that is a ketogenic cheesecake. And I'm going to tear that up tonight. So get ready for it. I'm going to talk to you about pushing yourself for a second.
myself, my own benefit, because I want to know that I didn't half-ass this workout. I want to be able to go home, eat my meal tonight, and lay myself down in the bed and sleep knowing that I pushed myself today. I grew as a person today. What are you doing today? What are you doing to push yourself? I hope something, That's my plea to you, to push yourself in some way. It doesn't have to be bodybuilding, it doesn't have to be the gym, it doesn't have to be anything that I do. But you know who you are. You know what your passion is. And if you don't, you need to find it. That's a whole other episode entirely. But once you have that thing, even if you don't have that thing, even if it's just a 9 to 5 job that you don't like, don't take the easy way, Taking the easy way in life will get you nowhere in life. And I don't want to preach to anybody here. I don't want to stand on a pedestal and be your dad and talk to you. But it amazes me how many people in this world sell themselves short, despair themselves from the temporary pain, and that simple act becomes a disease that festers into everything they do. And there's no way to draw that line, That's why everything has to be done with purpose and with some sense of determination and perseverance and desire to just be the best you can be. And that's not a hard thing to ask of anybody. Just be the best you can be. And if you know you can do better, then do better. And if you do that, and I do that, and a fellow man does that, then I can be proud to be beside every single one of you. So, I'm gonna get off my high horse now. I'm gonna go home and get something to eat. And I bid all you farewell and best of luck.
The last meal of the day, I was going to make one big keto pizza, but I had some shells prepared, so we got 2 quarters, so a half a pizza here. And then I've got those little Happy Cow cheese wedges on it with this salted cured bacon stuff, whatever you call it, and then some basil leaves, and then 5 cups of Brussels sprouts for some volume. I'm also going to have a cheesecake tonight, and I'll show you that later. But with the cheesecake, with the pizza, with the Brussels sprouts, with everything, the totals for the day come to 4,204 calories, 362 grams of fat, 56 grams of carbs, and 149 grams of protein. Of those carbs, only 28 are net carbs, which leaves our ratios at 14% protein, 5% carbs, and 79.8% fat. So, keto approved, fit the ratios perfectly, crossed the 4,000 calorie line, had a great leg workout. It was a great day. I'm about to dig into this, and I'll show you the cheesecake in just a moment. So, holla back at you then. Alright, the pizza was delicious. The Brussels sprouts were filling. This cheesecake looks amazing. Real quick on this cheesecake, one slice is 234 calories, 20 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs, of which 1.8 are fiber and 2.2 are sugar, and 5.8 grams of protein. Now, would I make you jealous if I ate it in front of you too? Let me just sample it here, just for the camera. That's pretty good too. That's really good. See, you don't even miss anything on keto. It's like the keto version is better than the carb version, and when you eat a dessert that's carbohydrate based, it's like you feel guilty for it, like it's bad for you. Everything in here is healthy. Everything in here is good for you. I can eat a keto cheesecake or a keto cake or keto ice cream or keto dessert, anything, and not feel guilty about it because it's actually good for you. So, lots of perks to keto. That's one of them. It is the end of the day. My macros have been met. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to go to bed. So I'll see y'all tomorrow.